Welcome to Matt and Scott Return.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Scott.
For
And
everybody who's new, hello.
whoa, we have new viewers? I didn't even consider new viewers. I would have wore a tie instead of my Sunday Night with George shirt. How are you
Scott
doing
likes
today?
Sondheim. I like Streisand. Yeah.
And
Anyway, what were
they
you
come
saying?
together, that's the best when we get Streisand and Sondheim.
Oh my God. Yes.
That's what we hope Barbara's working on right now.
Oh, next album. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Streisand sings Sondheim.
Yes, that's what I want. I want it to be. I have a lot of things. You know what? We'll do a whole episode on it. We'll
Okay.
and we'll do a dream album episode. You
Oh,
pick
nice.
your album, I'll pick my dream album. I like it. But that's not what we're here for today. Uh,
Okay.
First of all, I take a breather, Matt. Let me step up. You
Okay.
know, I was if I was gonna do a comedy skit about me reading the YouTube comments from our last episode and having to put a football helmet on and maybe cry in the corner because we need to be clear about something. For those of you who are not excited that we have a new updated version of the Barbara book being released this November, which we are asking you to pre-order at tuckerdspress.com. Hey guys, you don't have to buy it. We're not doing this out of some like evil genius plan. My company was acquired by Simon and Schuster. They wanted to reprint the book so it comes out through their company. And we just didn't want to do the same book. Barbara has done other albums, so we updated it. Matt went through. He didn't just phone it in. He added all kinds of things. We changed every picture that we could. But don't buy it if you don't want it. If you're a Barbara fan, you're gonna love the changes we made. Like Matt went through his hard drive. He tried to get new things that weren't in the first book, update things, the new albums. But this is just what we're doing. We're trying to reach new people. We're not trying to scam you into buying our book again. So put it on
That
me.
being
Yes.
that being said, uh, like most YouTube videos, this one comes with a price, and that is you have to listen to us talk about the revised book that's coming out in November. Otherwise, the other 30, 40 minutes of this episode is free. It's free. Enjoy.
Right.
We are going to talk about Barbara.
Yes, we are both very excited because this is going to be part one of a four-part episode where
Ooh,
Matt
that sounds
and
daunting.
I know, but it's exciting. Matt and I have secretly each picked 20 songs. We don't know what the other one has picked. Matt, explain to our viewers what this list is.
Well, first of all, I want to answer a couple people in the comments where we were wearing the football helmets that said, "Come on, guys, why didn't you make it 24 tracks? Because 24 is Barbara's, lucky number." And I totally get it. And I think we even thought about that. But listen, this is 20 songs divided into four episodes. So each episode, I'm going to get five and he's going to get five. That's 10 songs. If it was 24, this thing would just go on forever. And we're just trying to be concise. That's all. I know 24 would have been the way to go, but we're going to go with 20. That's 5, 10, 15, 20 times two. That's 10 songs each episode. But anyway, you asked me why.
Well,
The
what the list is. What's the criteria for the list?
the list is, and you can correct me because it's been a month since we've done this, but the list is if you were to introduce Barbara Streisand to someone who may not be familiar with her work or may not know her work at all, which 20 songs would you put on this playlist that would say to somebody new to the Barbara Streisand legacy, hey, this is what she is all about? These are the 20 essential must-have songs. But we did put some parameters around what we chose.
Right. One of the things I said is to keep it a little fair. You had to spread it out through her entire career. you couldn't just pick 20 songs from the 60s. So if you're out there and you're like, I only like Barbara until 170 came around, I was done with her, then you'll probably be annoyed with our list. But we wanted a little bit of 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, O's all the way up.
And in Scott's case, we all know he would have just put the concert on there.
I thought you were
we
going
had
to
to
say Tell I Loved You. Yeah.
we had to rein him in.
Oh my gosh, do I love the concert. And you know what? I think I've gone the longest I've ever gone without watching the concert.
Oh God. Okay.
I
Well,
think
that's easily solvable.
I know, but now I don't know.
These things called DVDs.
oh, believe me, I actually have my own version that I've re-edited from the different versions that have my
Mm.
favorite of things. And I also in we're really wasting time, and I promise to get to this list. But there's two certain people that show up in the overture of the concert that I don't want to think about when I'm watching it anymore. And one of them, I'm pretty sure Barbara doesn't want to think about either. And I've excised them from my edit. So I don't see those people anymore.
Who are you talking about?
Well, one of the people, I'm not going to say their name, but we all don't like that person, and we all know who
Oh,
we're talking about. And I'm sure
okay.
if that ever gets re-released, that person is not going to be in. There's no way Barbara's
I'm
allowing
not
that.
gonna make the
The
edit.
second person is Jay Leno because I'm a Letterman fan, and
Oh,
I don't want to see Jay Leno. I know that's
okay.
just on me because, whatever. But I'm going to go first because of where we
Yes.
are. Because no surprise, my number one pick to start is the overture
Mm.
from the concert,
Yeah.
1984, into As If We Never Said Goodbye, which I am only counting as one pick. Was my cheat. I did tell you that I cheated in one way.
So did I. And if it's on one track, then that counts.
It's
Yes.
the overture into As If We Never Said Goodbye because to me, they all go together. I realize they're tracked on the CD.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
But no, you've got to have that thing where they play people all the way to her coming out and the explosion and then into As If We Never Said Goodbye from the concert. I am certainly brave enough. I have no shame to say I cry every single time I watch the overture to the concert. When you see her and they did the blur thing and
Hmm.
people hits and you just see her for the first time, I cry every single time. So my first pick is the overture into As If We Never Said Goodbye live.
Great, great. And one more caveat before I give you my first track is Scott and I both discussed before this, our playlists are meant to be played in order. So
Right.
there is a reason we're choosing something as number one and something as number 20. It's meant to be, and eventually we'll publish these playlists so you guys can listen on Spotify. But my first essential Barbara Streisand track for somebody that's not familiar with her legacy is from Just for the Record, Funny Girl, Broadway, the last performance, I'm the Greatest Star live.
Ooh.
And it starts off with ladies and gentlemen, in this evening's performance, the role of Fanny Bryce will be played by, and you hear the audience go, oh, Barbara Streisand. Yay! It's so wicked that they played with the audience like that. But to hear Barbara Streisand sing I'm the Greatest Star live, recorded on Broadway, I mean, it's a bootleg recording. And we found out in her memoir that the stage manager actually brought a reel-to-reel tape recorder into the dressing room and over the PA system, which is where they play the show so that the actors can hear what part they're on, they put up a microphone and just taped it from the dressing room. So this is an amazing recording from Just for the Record, I'm the Greatest Star.
And I don't know why I'm so off topic today. I'm just, it's been too long since we've done one of these. I always think these things are incredible because they're the kind of things that corporations want to stop from having. And then 50 years later, we're all so thankful. You know what I mean? Like if
Right, right,
some producer knew that guy brought that and taped, he's, hey, you can't tape that. We've got a soundtrack. Get that out of here. And now
right.
history has been captured
Yeah.
because of that. I also do, I love that pick. I love that pick as a first pick. I would not have thought of it. And what a great deep cut pick. I love it. And I picked my overture also because it gets in people and the way we were in a lot of things.
Well, and
I
it's the best overture too. I mean, it's
ah
pretty incredible.
yes, it really is. And we should I can't believe I didn't say it, but that it's all Marvin. Like hands down
Yeah.
Marvin. He did that. So my number two pick goes right, we were just on Broadway, and then we went to what I think is Barbara's all-time best up-tempo song. Because I wanted, again, the idea behind this playlist is, it's probably a young person who's not heard Barbara. So we've wowed them with her stage presence. And then we go into Beautiful from Barbara Jones Streisand, 1971. Carole King wrote it. I think this is her best up-tempo song. It rocks. I remember the first time I heard Carole King's version, I was like, oh my God, it like feels slow and plodding. Like Barbara's really kicks ass. And I wanted to show that Barbara is more than a fakakta folk singer.
I love that quote. You gotta get up every morning
Oh, it's
with a
so good.
smile on your face. I love that song. It's a
It
great
is, it's
song.
a great song.
It rarely fails to put a smile on my face.
You got it.
Okay, my second song. So if you remember, I started with Live, I'm the Greatest Star from Funny Girl, and then the applause continues into a live track from the Forum, 1972, starting here, starting now. Because if I wanted to introduce Barbara to somebody, if they weren't wowed by hearing her live on stage in 1964 or 65, depending when that was recorded, then they should hear her in the 70s sing Starting Here, Starting Now, and belt it at the end and just sing her damn heart out to the rafters. I love Starting Here, Starting Now. So that's my second pick.
Um, I don't remember. Did you see the 2006 show?
I saw it twice. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she and at the one I went to, she opened with starting here. Did she
Yeah,
open
she did
with
for all of
yours?
them. Yeah, the only thing she did different in 2006, it's not on the 72 forum, is she did the modulation. Um, Now take my hand. She did that thing, which is so stunning and incredible. Anyway,
I was very excited by when I saw that and she opened with starting here, starting now. You probably knew it was coming. I didn't. I was like, oh my God, I love this song. My number three pick is going, we were in the 70s. And then we went to when she was in the 70s. I go all the way to Losing My Mind, Encore bonus track 2016. Um, this one is to show people if you want to learn how to sing and act. The most memorable moment of this entire recording might not be her singing, but it is the last sound you hear when she just expulse air. And she just goes, and you just know that she is losing her mind. You feel it. And
oh,
at the very
losing your,
end,
yeah.
yes.
So
So,
you're saying losing my mind.
yes. So I'm saying losing my mind from Encore
Yeah,
is my number three pick. I wanted to get her while she was young. Boom. Get her when she is an elder and still in perfect shape.
yeah,
I think her voice is perfect on Encore.
yes. And I love that song. That's so much. I love all the solo bonus songs on that album.
They're better than
Um,
duet versions without it.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so my list, back to my list. I'm the Greatest Star live, starting here, starting now live. And then I wanted to bring this hypothetical person up to some of Barbara's hits, give them something to maybe say, oh, I know that song. So I went with The Way We Were duet with Lionel Richie from
Oh.
Partners. So it's the old song that we all know that somebody might know, but it's with Lionel Richie, and I happen to be a huge fan of the remake of that song on Partners. It really really works for me. I love their voices together, and it sounds contemporary and pop to maybe some of the younger listeners out there. So yeah, The Way We Were with Lionel Richie.
I love that you picked that song because you were such a fan of that song that
Yeah,
I ended up going back and giving Partners a fair shake because I didn't when it first came out
yeah.
at all. I just was so angry that they were all songs. And I've actually come around to it. And you're right, it actually is a good version. You just have to let go of her versions.
Whenever we remember when she hits that note, oh my God, so good.
No, it really is. I mean, and I give all the credit to you for my love of Partners because I if we never did the first book, I would have never I would never have gone back to Partners. That's 100% true.
Yeah, yeah.
For my number four,
Number four.
I wanted to send all the way back. I'm giving people whiplash because I wanted to show that she's always had talent. I picked a B-side single from 1966. I think this song, I will never understand why it was not released on a full album, but I think it is so much fun, and it is You Wanna Bet.
Oh,
Love this track. I remember it blew my mind when I heard it on Just for the Record, so I love that we both have something from Just from the Record already.
yeah,
And this is to show how she can hold a note. I think there's nothing more fun than holding that last note with her.
yeah.
I mean, it is a long note. I thought I wrote down how long it is, but when I'm looking at this, I'm not seeing it. But by all means,
You wanna
test
bet you'll belong to
me. I mean, it goes
me.
forever. It's probably 60
Yeah.
seconds or something like that. But again, this is to introduce someone. She doesn't sing me. He. It is one note. That's funny. My
Right.
thing just came up and said playing music. No, that was me singing.
It's
Um,
Scott. Scott's riffing again.
yeah. So it is honestly one of my favorite songs, and I love it. So You Wanna Bet is number four.
Taught me, call me a pest. Oh, it's a great song.
It really is.
That
And I think we learned that Peter Matz did the arrangement of
arrangement.
that.
I think you're right. It's from Sweet Charity, but maybe it was cut from Sweet Charity, or maybe anyway, I don't remember those details right now, but that's a great song. I love that song. Okay, my number four. I decided after The Way We Were that I was going to teach this hypothetical new person about Barbara's amazing breath control and reading of a lyric. And so I went for A Time for Love, the quartet version from Love is the Answer. A time for climbing hills, for leaning out of windowsills. First of all, it's a great lyric. Second of all, to hear her sing it and act it is incredible. And I just think it's a great song that shows the mastery of her voice and in her elder years, as you said.
That is her best album of that decade, without a
Yeah,
doubt. And
yeah,
I'm the same with you. I gravitate towards the quartet version.
yeah,
There's something about it. Now, I forget, I hate to put you on the spot, but I'm sure this is either in the book or not. Are the vocals the same on all them?
yeah. One song, I think it's "Smoke Gets in Your Eyes" has a different last note on the quartet versus the orchestrated. And then somebody else pointed out to me, and I won't remember it right now, so sorry, that there is another note that's different in one of the songs, but I don't remember it right now. So maybe whoever pointed that out, or whoever knows can leave it in the comments.
Yeah, leave in a comment and then also any hate as well yeah, on how we're horrible and our picks are awful and everything we do is awful. Please.
Right,
But
right.
because I have, I'm sure like many obsessive fans do, when that first came out, I bought them both because you could get it on iTunes as a full package. The CD is the orchestra, the bonus tracks where I'd listen to Rainy Day Orchestra, then Rainy Day Quartet. And I
Quartet,
did
right.
3 stars on this one, 4 stars on this one. That way I knew in my iTunes which one I like better. And in the end, it really is almost always the quartet version that I like
Yeah,
better.
yeah, me too.
We're nerds. Okay, so my number 5 pick is Everybody Says Don't from Back to Broadway,
Oh, nice.
1992. We're back
Yeah,
to Sondheim. And the idea behind this was we just heard the up-tempo-ness of You Wanna Bet when she was young, and then this is sort of when she's middle-aged. This is picked. I love the song. I love Sondheim, of course, but it was mostly for the concept. This is introducing people to Barbara's philosophy, which I think this song sums up her philosophy very, very well. Outside of the
true.
Yentl tracks, I would submit this really, if you want to understand Barbara, it's about tilt at the windmills, and if you fail, you fail. And, do what you want to do and let them hear you scream. So I
Hmm.
think this is to introduce who Barbara is as a person, as well as being a really great song from Back to Broadway.
It is a great song. Um, God, that orchestration is fantastic too. Wow.
Yeah, and I know that in the book you're always a big fan of David Foster. Is that right, David Foster?
A big fan.
Yeah, I was being
Um,
ironic, but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I think we know Barbara actually sang those violins to them. I feel like I've heard that story before, that Barbara is the one
Yeah.
that orchestrated it more than Mr. Take It a Ditch Too Far on that
Right.
album.
Well, it wasn't David Foster that did that track. I think it was
Right.
God, we should like fact check ourselves here, but I think it was
I
it Mar no, it wasn't
No,
Marvin.
it wasn't Marvin. I think it's Barbara. I thought Barbara's the one that came up with, like, she told a story about her singing those violin.
So Everybody Says Don't was arranged by Bill Ross and Barbara Streisand, both credited.
So that makes sense because it really does fit. And I remembered hearing her talk about, maybe it was on the Barbara Walters interview. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
so that is my number 5 pick.
Okay, my turn.
Yes, sir.
Um, then my fifth one is Once Upon a Summertime from Jim Appel Barbara. Um, I've chose that just because she sounds so beautiful and everyone needs to hear that song. It's just the best. And it's proving to a new Streisand fan that she sings in different languages and sounds great doing it. And it's also got the lush orchestration of Michel Legrand. And I just think, no finira, no finira jamais. It's just the best song ever. So that's my fifth song out of 20.
Oh my gosh. I love that pick. I am such a fan of that album. It was one that I came to late, um, because back in the day, it's hard to explain to people, but it was hard to find CDs. Every CD place didn't have. It was one of the last ones that I got back before everything was on the internet. You could get everything, but like when I would actually go CD shopping, it was a hard one to find. And I
Yeah,
just her vocals are so good on it, and Michelle Legrand. Come on,
yeah,
please.
perfect.
So there's our first 5. As I predicted, none the same. I'm curious if I think we're gonna there's going to be two the same was my guess. We forgot to say off the front,
Well,
but
the great thing about Barbara too is that she's got such a lengthy, discography that even if we do pick the same song, it may be a different version, you
right.
know?
Yeah. So we will see if we get anything. So there is part one. We will be back to do the next five songs. In the meantime, we have a new book out called The Music. It's updated. It has been turned into the printer. So the book is done. It's coming. It's coming out the second week of November. Should you wish to support us, we would love that. It is helpful if you go to tuckerdspress.com and pre-order a copy. It is has goes all the way up to the new partners too. It has a dust cover this time. A lot of people asked about that. So this time it has a dust cover. This is the cover. We have the concert on the front cover. I wonder how that happened. So,
You're on the cover, Scott?
yes, me and Barbara. That seemed fair. She's been on enough covers. Please. So, all right. Well, thank you, everyone. And we will see you next time for part two of our Essential Countdown.